Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Umbral Dragon Dark Fina. So like you know that she is the meta mage at this point of the game, but I have a little bit complaint about her stats. Like you can see that her stats is perfectly good except for her true dual wield stats. It is only 50%, which is wow, very low considering we just got Ace and Benevolent Beauty Ramp. Okay, so yes, I wish she was better in terms of this, but I guess it's okay because we have Quistis STMR, so she can reach 100% through dual wield, okay? And another thing I want to complain is she doesn't have any ailment assist. Yes, that seems not important, I just simply want to point this out, and the most important thing is she doesn't have fatal damage protection. Okay, so sure, her defensive stats are not bad, but compared to Ace and Ram, her defensive capabilities are simply not that great. Okay, so that's enough about stats. Now let's take a look on her abilities. Her abilities are what makes her insanely good. First of all, she's able to chain with Bolting Strike, Chaos Wave, and Chaos Wave Awaken. Chaos Wave may be not important, but for me as a free-to-play player, having someone on top tier who able to chain with lower tier mage, okay, that will be very useful for dark vision. Of course, it won't be that useful on trial, but just like I said, dark vision. And Chaos Wave is also her AoE attack. Other chaining moves, Bolting Strike and Chaos Wave Awaken, are single target. Okay, and for elements, unlike Ace and Ram, she is not flexible, but still has access to 3 elements, Wind, Earth, and Dark. So I must say it's pretty decent. If you take a look on her damage modifier, on the beginning it may seem slow. Yes, I agree, only 50 times, but remember she has that 6 times change damage modifier. And the abilities which I listed on the table are not her strongest. She has an ability called Dark Mega Flare, which is insanely powerful. Okay, and Dark Mega Flare is really easy to cast. You can cast it every turn actually. Okay, and yes, she is a quad caster, but because that Dark Mega Flare, you probably end up being a triple caster because you're gonna use Aura of Darkness on your 4th action to restore your limit burst. Okay, you need to restore limit burst because your Dark Mega Flare used limit burst crystals. Okay, so that way you can spam really powerful damage every turn. And if you take a look on Furcula, then yes, she's the top mage at this point, and yes, just calculate the damage modifier. It is totally insane for mage, and remember she has that plus 6 times change damage modifier, which make her insane. Too bad that this Dark Mega Flare, like its name, only available on Dark Element. So let's say the enemy has Dark Resist, then you need to use other elements. In that case, you cannot use Dark Mega Flare or other Mega Flare element. Okay, so you're gonna need to stick with Impact, Quadcast Impact. But that's also not bad because you can still deal, let's say, 200 times damage per turn with plus 6 times change damage modifier. That's still high, but the problem with that is you need to have a copy, okay? Because like you know that before quadcaster like this exists, we have triple caster like Lizard Follet, and before triple caster there is quadcaster. So you need to chain with, I must say, 2nd generation mage, okay, like White Lily Dark Fina, who has that same setup for quadcast. Okay, that's one thing I don't like about her. But still, if you use Dark Element, she is insanely good. Okay, so enough about abilities, now let's talk about partner. The best partner is of course herself, because yes, she is the most powerful Chaos Wave chainer at this point. So if you want to use her for trial, which consists multiple enemies, then yes, I think it's best to bring another copy as your friend. But if you don't care about multiple enemies, you want to tackle enemy one by one, then you can bring your Ace and Ram. Okay, remember that Ace and Ram simply can change their weapon, so they can match Dark Element with Fina. Okay, really good. But let's say if you cannot use Dark Element, then yes, simply pair her with another old quadcaster like Whiteley Dark Fina, so she able to utilize to max her damage. Because if you pair her with, let's say, triple caster, you want to chain the Thunder Element, then the last move kinda mess up. Okay, so that's what I think about it. Now for Trial, and like you can see that she's really good because she has multiple killers, so she is good against the Cactuar and the Scorn of the Mark of the Insects. Okay, really good because she also has that AoE and single target move, so you can time your attack to kill that 2 annoying insects on the Scorn of the Mark of the Insects battle. Okay, and of course the best is against Dragon, so you can use her against Tiamat, etc. So enough about Trial, now let's talk about equipment. So yes, she can equip Whip, so make sure you equip her with Quistis STMR. But the bad news, like I said on the beginning, even with Quistis STMR, you still end up with 100% true dual wield. So because of this, if you have decent true double hand equipment, let's say you have Magic Charger, you have Top Operative from Operative Xyrus, then maybe it's better to make her into true double hand mage. Okay, but if you have, let's say, if you have 2 Knowing Tech from Ram, then you can easily reach 150%, and with additional STMR like Wings that transcend time, she can reach that 200% true dual wield magic. Or the other alternative is her STMR with Quistis STMR with Ram. So yeah, just do calculation. Okay, I must say that her equipment is not her strongest point. So enough about the equipment. Now let's talk about my conclusion for Umbral Dragon Dark Fina. Like I said, she is the best mage at this point of the game. Okay, she has +6 times change damage modifier, great damage modifier unlike Ram. Okay, and yes, she is not that flexible like Ace and Ram, but she has access to 3 elements. Okay, so really strong burst damage. You cannot go wrong with her. But the bad news is, even when she is powerful, her strongest attack is still Dark Element. Okay, so yes, if you fight enemy who resists against Dark, she's not bad, but it is not on her full potential. That's what I want to say. Okay, and I must say that her Trust Master reward is also pretty darn good, because like you can see, 50% magic without restricted to certain weapon, and 50% dragon killer for magic. So that's same for 2 Trust Master or 2 abilities combined into one. So you can save 1 ability slot when you fight against dragons. If you don't fight against dragon, then it's okay, because 50% magic is still pretty decent. Okay, really nice Trust Master reward. And the thing I don't like is her STMR. I cannot say that her STMR is bad, but it is because Quistis STMR, she is a free character, and her STMR is simply too good to be true. Because like you can see that Quistis STMR gives you 165 magic, and this one only gives you 180 magic. So only 15 magic points difference, but the side effect is same. For Quistis, it is 50% through dual wield. Same for this Dark Empress Bird. Okay, so wow, I really don't recommend you to get this, especially if you already have Quistis STMR. But of course, let's say you want to have 2 powerful whip for mages, then go ahead. And like you can see that this whip has dark element, but I can say this is not that important, especially for herself. Okay, it is good for Ace or Rem if you want to make them into chaining partners, because that means you can equip your Quistis STMR to her and this STMR for Ace or Rem, so they can match the element with her Dark Mega Flare. But other than that, I don't see any point for this dark element. Okay, only useful for Ace and Rem. So if you don't have those those characters, I don't think you need this STMR. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about Umbral Dragon Dark Fina. So I think it's pretty good. Okay, I don't think there will be huge jump in Mage again. Maybe there is Kuja, but I think Dragon Dark Fina at this point can wreck any and future trials. So really, if you already have her, then wow, I think you are good to go until Neo Vision come to the global. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Fuse Guide. Bye bye guys.